Valley Mountain Regional Center. I am the referral specialist. How may I help you?
Hi, I'm not sure. I have a daughter. Um, she has, well, we need. Can you help?
Of course, I can help you. Let's start out with your name.
Alex.
Okay, Alex, tell me about your daughter.
She's amazing, but she's struggling in some ways.
It can be daunting to embark on the task of finding support for your child with a disability, but the Regional Center system can help. From birth throughout life, Valley Mountain Regional Center offers the ability to support a wide range of services. Let's follow Alex and her daughter Sam over the years. Referrals can be made to Valley Mountain Regional Center by calling our main office numbers. Referral calls must go through the reception desk to make sure they are routed appropriately. Spanish calls are routed to a Spanish-speaking referral specialist for screening. Interpreters are available for other languages as well. A referral specialist will obtain detailed information from the referring party and will ask questions to ensure the referral is being made to the appropriate agency. For example, not for a mental health diagnosis only, and determine which services are appropriate. We will explore these different services throughout the video. Once the application packet is completed and returned to the Valley Mountain Regional Center, the referral is screened by the clinical manager, and within 15 days, the clinical manager will decide whether to proceed with the case. Then, an intake coordinator will be assigned to the case. Intake coordinators meet with the individual being referred for an intake assessment, as well as a parent or other family. Intake coordinators ask for signed consent so that important records such as medical, birth, education can be obtained. They make referrals for psychological testing, such as for an autism evaluation or cognitive testing if needed. The Regional Center pays for any testing for eligibility. There's no charge to the individual or family. Once needed information is obtained and a report is received from the vendor psychologist, all the information is reviewed by an eligibility review team, which consists of a medical doctor, psychologist, and the intake coordinator. If the individual is determined to be eligible for regional center services, their case is transferred to a service coordinator or case manager. If individuals are not eligible, they are notified by the intake coordinator. Early Start Services, up to age 3. Early Start Behavior Services for children up to age 3 who are either diagnosed with autism, at risk for autism, or showing red flags for autism. Programs include Early Start Autism Intervention Program, Social Engagement Program for infant and toddlers, and a center-based infant-toddler program. These various programs use ABA methodologies to target increased skill acquisition. Programs are language enriched and include parent training for consistency of intervention across environments. The Early Start Intake Coordinator assigned to Sam's case will obtain additional information from parents and schedule an Early Start evaluation for the child. Developmental specialists conduct the evaluation and determine whether the child is eligible for Early Start services. This decision must be made within 45 days. An assessment team will typically complete assessment in the family home. The assessment team participants depend on what the concerns are. Intake coordinators and an early intervention are typically part of the team and can include a speech and language pathologist, occupational therapist, and/or physical therapist. Eligibility criteria for children up to age 3. 33% delay in at least 1 to 5 areas of development. Number 1. A. Social and emotional. B. Receptive and/or expressive communication. C. Cognitive. D. Self-help. E. Motor. Number 2. High risk criteria. Needs at least 2 and include but not limited to A. Premature birth, 32 weeks gestation or less. B. Prenatal substance exposure. C. Low birth weight. D. Assisted ventilation, at least 48 hours. E. Small for gestational age. F. Parent is developmentally disabled. Second criteria is not needed. Number 3. Established risk criteria. A. Genetic or congenital disorder. B. Disorder secondary to exposure to toxic substances. C. Infection or disease of the central nervous system. D. Neurological trauma. E. Compromised development of the nervous system. F. Inborn errors of metabolism. Appropriate services are determined by the team and include frequency and duration of those services. Services are dependent on the needs of the child and family. Most services are in the natural environment and are required to begin within 45 days of the initial family service plan. Possible services include: number 1, early interventionist, infant teacher; 2, speech therapy; 3, occupational therapy; 4, physical therapy; 5, ABA services, can be in-home or center-based. Service coordinator will do home visits at least every 6 months or more often if needs change. Early start ends at age 3, so between 27 and 33 months, a transition planning meeting is held to help the parent understand what to expect during transition from early start services to school district. The school district is invited to this meeting. Valley Mountain Regional Center Services Coordinator sends the local education referral to the school district of residence so they can start their new assessment process to determine special education eligibility, and a new service coordinator is assigned. Let's follow the family into the world of school. Children Services, ages 3 to 16. The service coordinator will call and schedule a meeting with you to discuss your child's needs and the services that the Valley Mountain Regional Center can provide to your child once they begin school. During the initial meeting, the service coordinator will write an individual program plan for your child. Service coordinators will see your child at least yearly depending on the needs and interests of family. Some services that your child may need may come from other agencies, such as educational services or applied behavior analysis through medical insurance. Service coordinators can help you obtain those services from other agencies by making referrals, providing information, and advocacy on your child's behalf. Behavior services. Many of our consumers are now eligible for behavior intervention services through their public or private insurance companies. Valley Mountain Regional Center is able to assist with copays when appropriate, and family meets income guidelines when the consumer is 3 years of age or older. Staff can assist parents through the process of assessing generic resources. For those not eligible for resources through their insurance or in cases of exceptional need, varying behavior intervention services are available to help target self-help and behavior concerns in the home. The level of service is based on the needs of the consumer. For all of our families, we continue to offer a hands-on behavior parent training class in both English and Spanish. This class is taught by board-certified behavior analysts and provides an overview of intervention strategies and ideas that can be implemented in the home. Parents who attend the class also have the opportunity to network with other parents in attendance and develop supportive relationships. Other services that Valley Mountain Regional Center can discuss are respite, referrals to our occupational therapy clinic for adaptive equipment, sensory needs and referrals to Gate Clinic or telemedicine clinic. Service coordinators provide information about community organizations, community groups, parent support groups, activities that you may be interested in. Your child's service coordinator can also attend their individual educational plan meeting at their school with you to provide advocacy for needed educational services. Transition, ages 16 to 23. At your individual program plan, when you turn 16, your child service coordinator will notify you that you are being transferred to the transition team. The transition team works with individuals from age 16 to age 23. The team will begin more extensive discussions of what you plan to do after you exit the school district, either with a diploma at age 18 or with a certificate of completion at age 22. Possible options that many consider include college, work, day program, or a transition to independent living program. Your transition plan at the school district should also reflect what your post-school goals are. Your service coordinator is available to assist with this per request in the individual education plan process. Individuals that want to work should also be participating in the school workability program when available. This helps young adults learn about the demands and expectations of work while exposing them to different sites. At age 16, an individual can also be referred to the Department of Rehabilitation for Student Services, or DOR. During this period, DOR will assist with preparing the individual to work after exiting school. At age 18, students become eligible for supported employment, which can be full or part-time jobs with the support of a job coach. DOR can also assist with college for those that have identified a viable career path. Transition is also the period where the individual should play a more active role in their planning process as they prepare for adulthood. At age 18, the individual is an adult with legal authority to make their own choices with input from the support team, parents, service coordinator, vendor, school staff. Adult services, 23 and over. Age 18 is also where many individuals will apply or reapply for SSI supports. SSI assesses whether the individual has the capacity to become gainfully employed with determining eligibility. The team may also discuss where the person wants to live as an adult and things like mobility training. Once a person transitions to adult services, focus will move to long-term goals, such as where the individual wants to live and whether they would like to find a job or attend a program. There are a lot of options, and it's important to work with individuals to ensure they are making choices in their own lives. This is where person-centered planning and self-determination play an important role, but we will talk more on that later. Living options include living independently in the community with supported living services such as independent living service and supported living services. If that is something you would like to work towards but don't feel quite ready to live independently, we also have adult residential facilities that provide 24-hour supports. Or you can choose to remain with your family. There are also many choices when it comes to how you spend your time during these days. An option would be attending one of our day programs. Some of them provide activities, while others provide both activities and job training. If you feel you are ready to apply for a job right away, then we would also look into supported employment. As an adult, you will have a service coordinator to support you and be there to assist you throughout your life. As you age, Valley Mountain Regional Center will be there to support you as your needs change and ensure you make choices about the services that work best for you as an individual. In addition to everything we've discussed so far, there are other important functions Valley Mountain Regional Center provides. Quality assurance provides monitoring and assisting to our vendors to ensure their well-being of our consumers is of the utmost importance, and they receive the support their planning team identifies as a need. One relatively new function is called self-determination. This new program is based on beliefs that people can plan their own lives and make their own decisions, determine how funding is spent for their services and supports, plan and choose their own formal and informal supports, take responsibility for the decisions made, validate those decisions through maintaining ongoing control. The 5 principles of self-determination are freedom to exercise the same rights as all citizens, to establish with freely chosen supports, family and friends, where they want to live, with whom they want to live, and how their family time will be occupied, and who supports them. Authority to control a budget in order to purchase services and supports of their choosing. Support, including the ability to arrange resources and personnel, which will allow flexibility to live in the community of their choice. Responsibility, which includes the opportunity to take responsibility for making decisions in their own lives and accept a valued role in the community. And confirmation in making decisions in their own lives by designing and operating the services that they can rely on. The program directives include self-determination service provider background checks, financial management services, financial management services rates, independent facilitator, individual budget development, initial person-centered planning services. The statewide self-determination program shall be phased in over 3 years, and during this phased-in period, it will serve 2,500 regional center consumers. Valley Mountain Regional Center was provided the opportunity to allot 100 consumers to participate in the phase-in period. Those consumers and their families have been provided with an orientation training. In 2 years, the self-determination program will be available for all Valley Mountain Regional Center consumers that are 3 years of age or older. If you are interested in self-determination, please contact your service coordinator and request to be added to the interested list. Resource development, services provided, assist potential providers in developing supported living services, independent living services, and various day program types. Provide trainings to new and existing providers, residential services orientation at least 2 times a year, independent living services, supported living services, and day program trainings at least 1 time a year. Identify unmet needs and develop services where appropriate. Coordinate and review appropriate placements of consumers in residential settings. The mission of Valley Mountain Regional Center is to support people with developmental disabilities as they enrich their lives through choices and inclusion. Valley Mountain Regional Center is committed to ensuring quality, individualized services in collaboration with families and the community. Life with the power of choice and possibilities. For updated information and current events, follow us on social media and on the Valley Mountain Regional Center website. Valley Mountain Regional Center staff looks forward to meeting you and your family and supporting you while pursuing your individual goals.